Hiya, I'm just going to show you some of the things on Camtasia. So this is the workspace. We looked at this before. So here is lots of the things that you can do, this area here. And here is an area which relates to whatever you've selected. So here we've got media here, and I haven't got any media in here yet. But I'm going to put in there the recording that I'm doing right now, and then we'll see how to work with that or edit with it. You can do things like add in boxes and stuff. So you can see here you've got think bubbles and speech marks and things like that, or arrows, which you can use to highlight bits of your video, which are quite nice. The transitions are really good. On mine, the fade is at the top. I noticed on your Mac that it was further down, but fade is the one that I use all the time, and it just makes everything just look easier on the eye. So I use that an awful lot. Behaviors, I've only used this when I was designing a logo to go at the beginning or the end. Animations is very good, and we'll have a look at that later on. And there are other bits here as well. Sorry about the interruption. There are other bits here as well, which we might look at as well later on. Okay, so that's this area here is what these are the things that you're doing, and here is an area which shows things which relate to what you've just selected here. So you can see they change the things you want to do. So this here area here, that's the preview area. That's where you'll see the things you're doing, and you'll see in there objects, and they'll be highlighted, and you can kind of move them around, resize them, and all the rest of it. Down here, we've only got one track at the moment, but we'll see that there can be several tracks up and down here. And this thing here, I don't know what it's called, but well, I can't move it because there's nothing in here. But this is your marker and tells you where you are at the moment. So you're in a particular place on the video, it will show up here, and you can drag this back up and down. Right, I'm going to terminate this recording, then we'll use it to explain some of the things. The piece you've just seen, and it's been imported down here, and we can see it's on track 1 and track 2. So as I was saying, this marker here shows where you are in the video. Now it's a bit like a stack. There's something similar actually in Photoshop, where the bottom layer is obscured by anything which is above it, unless it's transparent or smaller. So, and because you can change the size of these things by here, can you see here this has got handles on the corner here, so you can change the size of it by doing this, and then behind it you'll be able to see the objects. This one's on the top, and that's this one here, which is a bit small. So, all right, okay, we'll talk about highlighting things or selecting them. Can you see this object and this object are both? They were both highlighted. To highlight them both, you just drag a box like that that encompasses the two, and it will select them both. So if I want to change the size of this thing here, which is the picture of me, then I need to move it bigger like that, when only it is selected. Okay. If I want to crop this rather than resize it, then I need to make sure that my mouse, my tool that I'm using at that particular time, is the crop tool rather than the move tool. So if I put it into crop, I can make it crop out off the left bit, and it's just got me. It's nice and square there. Okay, so what else is there to do? We can move these things up and down. Oh, I should say, why is there two? When I recorded the video, and I'm recording another one now, of course, there are two tracks. The top one is the camera, which is looking at me, and the bottom one is my screen. So we'll be able to mix them when we edit them together. Okay. Now this one, and in fact both of them, but this one, can you see it's got a jagged line at the bottom? That's the soundtrack. So we can separate that and then do some more things with the soundtrack. Now, of course, we want the two to be synchronized between the two. My lips and the sound that I make should be synchronized. But as long as we're careful, we can keep them synchronized. I wouldn't ever get them unsynchronized, because it might be difficult to get them back in sync. If you right click on that, I seem to remember, you can separate the audio and video, and that's what I've done. So now here the audio track is running on the top. Now the good thing about that is that I just double clicked on it. You can see the this is like the volume, so I can turn the volume up like that because I'm just editing the audio track. So that's quite good. This is only going to be essentials here, so I won't carry on too long. Transitions, I'm going to put the fade in at the beginning of me. And in fact, if we go, remember I told you that this timeline, you can extend it like that. So now it's stretched out, and you can look at the fine detail. So can you see this this fade in here is however far it is, and I can make it longer, so it makes a more gradual fade in. Let's have a look at what that looks like. Can you see? It took longer to fade this in. It makes it more gentle, but we'll leave it like that. It's not too important. Right, now I'm going to make this more compact so I can see more of the video that I'm working on. If I make it small enough, I can see from the beginning to the end. Okay, I'm going to stop now again, and then we're going to look at finishing the video and pushing it up into making it compact. So at the moment, I should say actually, this format that we're working on now, the file that we're working on, is the Camtasia format, and it's one that Camtasia can work with. It can mix all the different elements of the video. But when we want to send it or share it with somebody else, it needs to be more of a standard format like an MP4. So we'll need to convert it later. So we'll see how to do that. Oh, actually, I'm going to show you actually how to do it. To do an arrow. So for instance, if I think a particular part, something that I'm doing is important, and I want to use one of these callouts. Actually, one of the really good ones I really like is this one. So what we'll do is we'll put that into here. Now this is now an object sitting on the top of the in track 4. So you'll be able to see it. If we go into here, we can indeed see it. Now remember, I was talking at the beginning. I was talking about this area here. So what I'm going to do. Right. Okay. No, I can't seem to make it bigger, which is what I want. Anyway, so I'll sort that out, and you can, well, you'll see. So this is the workspace. We looked at this before. So here is lots of things that you can do. Right, so that's when I start talking about that area, and I'm going to stick it into there actually, because it snaps to the grid. It can be a bit difficult to remove it, so I'm going to put it about there. Okay, here we go. Here is lots of things that you can do. This area here. I know why it didn't work now when I was trying to resave it, because I still had this crop selected. That's often a problem. So I need to put it like that. Actually, I need to uncrop it because that's what's happened. There we go. Change it to that. And there we go. Right, so let's try again. Lots of things that you can do. This area here. And here is right. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy that and paste it here. Right, now that's selected. You can see the selection here. So now I'm going to talk about this area here. So there we are. So we put that object there. Here we go. Lots of things that you can do. This area here. And here is an area which relates to whatever we've selected. So here we've got media here and that way. Okay, so I just want to make it a bit shorter. So I'll select it and just bring it there. And you can keep trying and making sure that it works for you. So that's kind of how you can use these annotations. Okay, so I stopped recording, and now we've got this extra video here, which is the one I've just this second stopped recording. And what I can do is I can drag that and put it at the back end of the previous one. So now I'll just run into that. And now I'm recording a third one. Okay. And now this is a fourth one. Can you see I've got my 3 pieces of media in my media bin, and I'm just sticking them onto the end of the previous one, the previous timeline. And what I'm doing between each of these is I'm pressing this record button. Anyway, so it's all a bit self-referential, all of this. But anyway, once you put all your annotations in and your transitions and all the rest of it, then you have to share it with the world. But what you're going to do is you're going to change it to a MP4 format. And what you do there is you go into here, and I can't actually remember how to do this, but we'll remind ourselves. So a local file. Okay, so you're going to save it as a local file. And you've got a choice of how to do it. So we want to use one of these MP4 formats. This video already is going to be too long to send to somebody as an MP4. It'll be more than the 10 gigabytes, I think. So the only way to really do it is to share it on YouTube, or give it to somebody on a memory stick or something like that. But anyway, what you can do is you can save it in one of these formats. You can see how whether it's HD or not. So these two are HD. I think this is the old format of TV type thing. And you know, I usually do it as this top one really. And what we're going to do is we're just going to work through all this. Okay, so this is the Camtasia. And this is where it's going to save it. Oh no, it's not VBA. It's my other ones. Okay, let's do a new one, a new folder. So what are we going to call this? We're going to call this Camtasia Training, I suppose. Okay. And here we go. By the way, on the issue of where you save all of these files, it's a good idea to put all your media and the Camtasia format file and the eventual film that you're going to make, or the eventual video that you're going to make, all into one folder of its own, because there becomes quite a lot of files in there, and you know, you're going to find that they're stuck all over the place if you're not careful, and you'll never be able to work out what the heck made up your film. And you know, you may well want to go back and edit it later, so it's a good idea to have more than one, all in a folder on their own. So that's what I'll do with this one. So I'll save that, and we'll finish that. Right, this is going to render this. Oh yeah, I'm just going to show you some of the things on Camtasia. So this is the workspace. We looked at this before. So here is lots of things that you can do. Okay. So as you saw just then, when it's finished compiling or rendering into a MP4 file, it starts playing the video straight away, and you can't hear it. So really, you can go off and do something else more interesting. And when you hear that soundtrack coming, you know that it's finished and it's ready to go. So yeah, that's how to finish it, and you just hit this finish button and you're kind of done. So that's the thing I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you how to finish these videos. Of course, I'm going to have to go and edit this video a bit more, make it a bit more watchable. Anyway, that's it. See ya.